channeler, and today I'm coming on for a daily dose of hope, day 142. A daily dose of hope is just that. It is a dose of hope because the energies on our planet are starting to increase. As they increase, things start to get wackier and wackier because things that were hidden start to be revealed. Um, and so I'm just coming on to keep everyone kind of aligned on the straight path. And so, yeah. So what I'd like to talk about, so a daily dose of hope has three parts: a talk, a channeling, and a guided meditation. So today I'd like to talk about something that I was channeling earlier, and I was talking to my guides about how this time um, on our world, and also, like, for example, in my personal life, and I imagine a lot of your lives, it just seems very transitional. Nothing really seems settled. After the 3 years of craziness, like, nothing really settled. It was just like, just it's still there, but everyone kind of just ignored it. It's like, you know, that's the kind of feeling it is. And so it's just like, we're still in this transition period. um, and so what I was talking to my guides about, I was saying, well, it's really rough. It's not an easy thing, by any means. And what they said was, don't worry, it's not going to last forever. And they also said that transitions are meant to be rough. No, for example, they were giving the example of music, like a transition from one beautiful melody to another beautiful melody. Um, no one goes to see the transition. No one says, I can't wait to hear that transition between that one beautiful melody and the other. No, they come to hear the beautiful melodies, but there's that transition in between. So transitions by their nature are a bit rough, and they're rough by design. They are taking us from one place into another place, and sometimes those places are very different. And the more different those two places are, for example, in music, like, the longer it takes to kind of get people ready for, people's ears ready for the next idea. And so transitions are by their nature rough on the surface. And what they do, though, and what this time is what they were telling me, is a preparation time. This is the time to get all of your stuff ready, all of, get rid of the stuff that you don't need, any of the skills that you might think you need. Just time to get all those things. And, like, so for me, it's just, so I'm learning beyond quantum healing, and I'm coming on to channel because this is the only thing I think that I could do in this time that makes any sense to me. Like, this makes sense to me at this moment. A lot of other things don't really make sense. I mean, we do them, of course, because it's part of, we're still here. We're in this transition period. But for me, this makes sense. I can, giving hope in this time of transition. But so that's what they said. Transitions they're designed to be rough. They're not meant to be easy. But we signed up for this. That was the idea. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. The other was, for some reason, I was guided to watch Stranger Things again, the Netflix show. I watched the first season a few years ago, and then after the first season, I saw it kind of going a bit darker and darker, as everything on that platform does. I mean, yeah, it is the platform of the dark. How dark can you get, right? And but anyway, so I was just guided to watch one, and I didn't know what to watch. I just watched the first one that came up, and it was a later season. I think they're on season 4, and they're going to come up with season 5. And I didn't know the whole story, but it's pretty much the same story. It's just being rehashed over and over again. There's this town, and under the town, or around the town, there's this secret agency, which we all know well, and they are experimenting on people. And it's basically what is going on now. And it's kind of like a soft reveal of what was revealed in front of Congress, I think, a few years ago. um, and so, yeah, so anyway, I was just checking it out, and that's about it. I don't know what I wanted to say about that. I was somehow guided to watch it, but I didn't understand why. I was watching it and just, yeah, okay. um, in a sense, that a bit glorifying the whole idea, which I was kind of a little bit like, why? But yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's kind of like, I think, a soft disclosure of sorts. And And yeah, that reminds me of that movie Firestarter that was around when I was really little. I was in the 80s, and had what Drew Barrymore. I think that was her first movie that I remember watching. I think I'm about the same age as she is, so I kind of grew up like watching her. And but yeah, so that movie, Firestarter, which is the same thing. Yeah, but anyway, I didn't mean to go into that for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, right. What I want to do today, though, is I'm going to go into a channeling and see if they have anything to say about today, or if they have anything about this Stranger Things, for example, or whatever it is. The floor is yours, guys. So here we go. Greetings. Ah, we are that one that you know as Mary Magdalene, and we're here, and we are here, and we are here. And what we would like to bring through today is a vision of the future, a vision of how things could be, a vision of how you could be. And we would like to bring forth this vision with you, with your imagination. We'd like you to call into your imagination where you want to be in the future. What is your most highest goal? What do you see yourself doing in this future? If all is possible in this wonderful future that we're going into, what would you like to be doing? What do you see yourself doing? Imagine that. See yourself doing that. What is it? What are you doing? Yes. Now that is what we would like to bring in today. That image that you have gotten, that is your guides telling you. That is your information. That is your gut telling you what you would like to do and where you should go, the direction that would most suit you. And so we would like you, all of you, to start to look into this, because in these times of transition, in the times of transition between one thing and another, there needs to be a part of the other as well. And so if you mix in these times of transition, your transition from this time that you're living in, of course, this is still existing, and this new time as well. Where do you see yourself in this new time? What will you be doing? How will you be living? What will a day in your life look like? Imagine it. Enjoy it. Enjoy that. And this is a time of grand creation as well. As you are transitioning, you are creating what is next. It is not in that sense fully formed. Well, it is formed, but not fully formed in that sense, because you are all working together in collaboration with the creation of this. And listening to that inner guidance, listening to that voice, seeing that image, and following that, and seeing where it takes you. We are that one that you know of as Mary Magdalene. Okay, all right, short one today. And yeah, so let's go into a pocket of peace. And this is a pocket of peace for us to, find that image that's in our hearts. Let's do that. All right, so I'd like you guys to take 3 deep breaths. And when you take a breath in, I'd like you to hold it for a few seconds and then let it out. So when you breathe in love, you breathe in all this wonderful new things, you breathe out all that stuff that you don't need anymore. All right, so here we go. Hold it. Breathe out all that stuff you don't need. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out all that stuff that you don't need anymore. And then one more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Then breathe out all that stuff that you don't need. I'd like you to imagine yourself surrounded by this mist of unconditional love that surrounds you like a blanket. It covers you, it caresses you, it makes you feel like you're home, like everything's going to be okay. Imagine yourself just surrounded by this light. And this light accepts you exactly as you are. You're perfect exactly as you are. There's nothing that you have to change. There's nowhere that you have to go. This light sees you for who you truly are. It sees the love that you are. And there's nothing that you have to do to prove yourself to this love. There's nothing that you have to do. You are loved unconditionally, and there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to regret. And then I'd like you to just expand this love out into your room, into all the spaces in your room, all the things, all the inanimate objects. And so they're infused with this love and this light and this hope, because it is the same thing. And then let that expand out into the whole world. The whole world is just surrounded by this love, this unconditional love that makes everyone stop for a few seconds and say, yeah, feels good. I feel good to be here. I feel right. I feel home for the first time in a while. And my pain is gone. My sadness is gone. My anger is gone. My fear is gone. All that I fear is just, all that I feel is just here. This time right here. And this love, this wonderful love for everything and everyone. And I'm feeling love from everything as well. Even the inanimate objects like that building over there, that chair, I just feel love and I feel hope. Everything's going to work out. Everything's working out in the most beautiful way imaginable. And then I'd like you guys to add something to this. I'd like you to add this guidance that's coming up, rising up through your hearts, all of your hearts. When you get quiet like this, when you get into the space of love, your heart will start to speak to you, and will start to whisper little nothings into your ear and say, this is what we've always wanted to do. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's play this instrument. Let's practice this. Whatever it is that your heart is saying, listen, listen, listen. It is telling you. It is giving you gold. It is giving you gold. It is telling you this. If you follow this, this will lead you to the path that will lead you to happiness and peace. And so imagine the whole world just listening. Yeah, I hear that. That's right. I always thought that was a silly idea ever since I was a kid. I wasn't going to do that. But you know what? That sounds like I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. Yeah, that sounds right to me. I haven't found happiness in anything else. And so, what the heck? I'm going to do it. I'm going to listen to my heart. Just imagine the whole world doing that, just listening to their hearts. What a beautiful world that would be, and what a beautiful world it is. And this pocket piece is for all of you. You can use this whenever you need it. You can tap into this. You can re-listen to it. You can recreate it yourself. So thank you guys very much for listening in. I hope you are all hopeful, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. So ciao for now.